Your Mr. Mayor's calls Wally Sajimi. Sajimi. Go ahead, yeah.
Video of my display. Just raise your right hand for us. Thank you. Okay. You solemnly state that the testimony you may give in the cause now pending for this court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God. May you please take a seat on the witness stand.
So what do you do for a living?
I run a technology software agency where we build website software for clients, musicians, creatives, brands, direct-to-consumer brands. Yeah.
Now, do you have any, let's get this out of the way. Do you have any personal knowledge of the facts of this case, one way or another?
No.
Okay. After Rocky's arrest in this case, and fair to say you're friends with Rocky, right?
Yes.
Okay. After Rocky's arrest in this case, did Relli ask you to do anything for him?
Yes, he did.
What did he ask you to do?
A number of things, but he really wanted to boost his social media presence with certain articles from this case.
Okay. In particular, do you remember any?
It was a long list, but they were high publications.
TMZ,
Rolling Stone, High Society, Complex, so on and so on.
So, Mr. Efron, obviously, contacted you and asked you to promote these articles for his social media presence.
Yes, for his further to boost his social media as well. Yeah.
Okay. And that was articles about this case.
Correct.
Okay. When did refer to as Relli for the purpose of this conversation? When did Relli? That's how you know him, by the way, right?
Right.
When did Relli last call you?
Just last week on my birthday when I was in Paris. It's Thursday.
Thursday, the January 30th.
Yeah, around 9 p.m. in Paris. So if I do the math, it's probably 12 noon here.
Okay. And have you been following this case?
Yeah, I've been watching.
Okay. And on that day, on that Thursday, did you see anything particular about this case on Thursday when you watched?
Yeah, just my name being brought up against lies, fabrication, just not the truth. So,
Well, what in particular did you hear, and who did you hear from?
Relli specifically.
What did he say?
Recordings were fake. Recordings were not him, not I. And I'm a pretty private person, so when people lie on my name, it kind of gets me upset. So yeah.
Okay. Now, did Relli send you any articles about this case in the last 6 months?
Yes.
Okay. And on October 17th of 2024, did he send you an article about Judge Arnold?
Yes.
On December 24th, 2024, did he send you a Daily Mail article entitled "Rihanna Fears Heartbreaking Consequence of A$AP Rocky's Trial with a Smiley Face"?
And the relevance of these questions about specific.
We asked that. December 27, 2024, did Relli send you an article from the Daily Mail entitled "Rihanna Fears Heartbreaking Consequences of A$AP Rocky's Trial with a Smiley Face" next to it?
Yes.
To be here today, sir, where are you coming from?
Paris, France.
Okay. And what were you doing in Paris, France?
Grabbing meetings, doing business deals, trying to invest in this new tech startup.
Okay. So you're there for work?
Yes.
You don't live there?
No.
Okay. You live where?
New Jersey.
When did you get here in Los Angeles, sir?
Last night late.
Okay. And why did you come here?
Really clear my name, tell the truth. Again, I just hated seeing my name tied to lies and untruthful words.
And did it concern you as far as your professional reputation that this guy was accusing you of doctoring and making up recordings?
Yes.
Would you ever do that?
No, never. I'm not there yet with like the technology, I would say. So yeah.
But even if you were there, would you do that?
No, I would never. It's not honest, right? Yeah.
Did you make recordings of conversations with Relli?
Yes.
How many recordings did you make?
2. About in 2022, believe the dates were, I forget the April date, but mid-April and then August 15th-ish. Yeah.
Now you said mid-April, that's based on your recollection, right?
Yeah,
I think the
yeah.
metadata may actually say May, but around April, May
Yeah,
2022?
Yep.
Okay. And then August of 2022, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And those are the two conversations you recorded?
Yes.
Okay. Did you give those recordings to Rocky?
Yes.
Okay. And first of all, why did you give them to Rocky?
I think it was just conversations he needed to hear.
And why do you think he needed to hear them?
Because they're about him, and a lot of it seemed just suspicious, talking about monetary things.
And when did you send them to Rocky?
As soon as I finished the conversation.
Now, when you sent those recordings, did one of the two recordings, did you have to split one of them into two files because of the size?
Yeah, you can't really send certain data, or if the file size is too big, you gotta cut it down to send it. So
Sir, how did you get here today?
I took a plane, commercial plane.
Last night
Yes,
from Paris?
yes,
And are you going back later today?
yeah, a few hours.
So that's a one-day turnaround
Yeah, after,
just to be here?
yeah.
Okay. Who paid for the cost of your ticket?
Damien Branderson,
Damon Branson, that's Rocky's entertainment attorney?
entertainment lawyer, yeah.
And that means Rocky probably paid for the cost of your ticket, correct?
Possibly.
Yeah. And did you meet us, myself, Mr. Siegel, Mr. Kaplan, any of the people in the defense table, Mr. Anzoni, us for the first time ever this morning?
Prior to this, no.
No. When was
This
the
morning,
first time?
yes.
This
This
morning
morning, yes.
was the first time you ever met any of us?
Correct.
Okay. Did we ever speak before this morning?
No.
Okay. This morning, did we play recordings?
Correct. Yes.
And what were those recordings?
They were the recordings that I took.
And by the way, let's step back for a second. You mentioned Damien Branson, Rocky's entertainment attorney. When was the first time you ever heard from him?
Just recently while I was watching the tapes.
Was it when this individual Relli was testifying about you doctoring tapes?
Correct. He wasn't the only one contacting me about just a lot of what's happening, but yeah.
Non-responsive, sustained.
Okay. Was when he called you from your 2022 of you and for
Yes.
okay. And you said you watched this proceeding, of those ones you said were fake.
Yes.
Were they fake?
No, they're real.
And when he kept calling you numerous times, why did you feel the need to record these conversations? Was he giving you an impression?
Well, it was just weird, to be honest.
Involved in this incident, correct?
No, I was just, I was not involved at all. I just wanted to really just mediate the situation, honestly.
Because you were friends with both.
Correct.
And you didn't take a side, did you?
No. He called me,
And
and then I would call him back.
and when you recorded these calls, were you calling him back?
Correct.
This is a later call, correct? August.
Yo, what's good, nigga? What's going on? Shit, man, where you at? Crib. What you want? Shit, man. I just hopped on the computer and shit. I was gonna submit the links and shit. You know which links you want to do, or you want me to just pick them shits? Yeah, it's shit, son. It's probably the one from Rolling Stone, all those other publications. Just pick the top ones, probably, right? Like TMZ, Rolling Stone shit. Mm-hmm. And then when I get it, I'm gonna 30%. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna just try to get that shit through, you feel me? Cause you got.
Okay. That was yourself and Mr. Petron?
Yes.
Okay. Who's the one that was saying Rolling Stone and that?
Terrell was.
And did you respond saying just pick the top one, something to that effect?
Yes.
And then after asking you to promote these articles on social media regarding this case, did he say he was going to throw you something?
Yes.
What did he say?
When I get it, you know, I'm gonna throw you something.
When I get it, I'm going to throw you something?
Yes.
Where did you take that from me?
I'm not sure. Maybe whenever he gets some type of money.
I'm gonna,
Like, who gets cool after somebody firing on you 5 times, bro?
Okay. Is that Mr. Efron saying who gets school if someone fired on you 5 times?
Yes.
the thing of this is who gives school, not who gets school.
You know what I'm saying? You ask for a background, a lawyer bro, it's called extortion. You feel me? You're gonna do everything accordingly. Everything accordingly, or it's gonna catch up with you.
Whose voice was that, sir?
Terrell Efron.
I already know. I'm getting 30 M's.
Okay. Whose voice was that? Say, I already know I'm getting 30 M's.
Terrell Efron.
And would you understand 30 M's to me?
$30 million.
And you alter that voice?
No.
He's gonna have to deal with that and his political ties and everything else. Because once I walk away, when I get my cash, the case is way weaker. It's just like a domestic violence case. If you was to hit your bitch and your bitch was to keep on going through with the situation, you go down. But if you're not there, then you're going against the state and it's way weaker.
Okay. Whose voice was that, sir?
Terrell Efron.
And let's play.
If I'm not there, if he pays me out via my lawsuit, I'll walk away. Basically, it's gonna be over because I'm gonna be on another island just relaxing. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna be scrambling to find me because now they have to go against Rocky, the state. And they have evidence in this and the third, but it's not gonna be the same when you present it to a jury and you don't have a complaining witness.
Mr. Sajimi, whose voice was it on that recording that said it's going to be hard for the DA to find me because I'll be going to another island just relaxing?
Terrell Efron.
Mr. Sajimi, would you agree that you are much closer to the defendant than you are to Relli, correct?
It's fair to say.
And you do business with the defendant, right?
Sometimes.
How much money has the defendant paid you for your work in the past 3 years?
3 years? I don't recall.
Well, let's give an estimate.
I would say maybe 20,000 per year, so say 60,000.
And I would assume, is he one of the bigger names that you work with?
No,
He's not?
I work with a lot of people, a lot of brands, a lot of celebrities and names. Yeah,
What was your income last year?
I have to look at or ask my accountants, but income last year, I would say
Projection for income.
around 85,000 possibly.
So if your income was 85,000, then even by your own estimate, he would have, his business would be about 25% of your income, correct?
No, like I said, we get paid by a lot of different people.
So that's what I'm telling you. You said you're estimating your income at 20 grand a year. I'm sorry, your income at 85,000 a year. You're saying he's giving you about 20 grand a year over the past 3 years. 20 grand is a little less than 25%.
Well, you asked me for my personal income, right? I didn't tell you what the business made,
Well,
right?
I asked you what, well, wait a minute, you said it's your business, correct?
Correct.
So would you agree that the defendant represents, he's a substantial bit of income for you?
For me personally or my business?
For you personally?
No.
Well, if your personal income is $85,000 and he's giving you $20,000, you just don't consider $20,000 to be significant. Is that
He's
correct?
not paying me personally. He's paying my business.
So in the end, if he's paying, who owns your business?
I do.
So in the end, does the money go back to you?
Not all of it. I have employees.
So, Ori, that getting in good with them is positive for your future business.
Sure.
And in fact, that's why as soon as, according to your testimony, as soon as you finish that call, with ASAP Relli, you called the defendant, right?
Correct.
And in fact, fair to say, you did this call because you wanted to set up Relli to see what you could figure out, what might end up helping ASAP Rocky with his case, correct?
No.
So when you set this up, you said you wanted to video, you wanted to audio record. That sounds like you had some planning involved, correct?
I didn't set anything up. I was there to mediate the situation.
So you just decided that you were going to call him up, chat him up, and then immediately after that call, even though you only talked to him like every other month, you're like, yeah, I think I'll call ASAP Rocky up.
Well, he was calling me numerous times first.
Who was calling you, ASAP Rocky?
Really?
That's not what I asked you. Motion to strike. Yeah, you know what? I'll
Just a
wait.
minute, he misunderstood.
Listen to my question.
Ask the question again.
What I'm asking you is, you're telling me you rarely talk to ASAP Rocky. You talk to him maybe every other month, right?
Correct.
But as soon as you spoke to Relli, the first thing you do is call him up and let him know, hey, here's what I got, right?
Correct. It's a situation between them two.
And you were looking to parlay your calling Relli to see if you can help ASAP Rocky and ingratiate yourself with him, correct?
No.
You testified that you're making approximately 20 grand a year. You said your income's $85,000 a year. I'm just asking, you would agree that if he gets convicted, you would agree that probably does not portend well for you with respect to continuing to get 20 grand a year from him, correct?
Sure.
Is you don't want your friend to get convicted, correct?
No, my goal is to tell the truth.
That's not what I asked you. Do you agree that as you sit here right now, that whether or not the defendant committed this crime or not, you don't want him to be convicted?
Technically, no, I don't want anyone to go to jail, so no.
And you came here not because you have any financial motivation, but because you simply want the truth to come out. Is that right?
Correct. Because someone said the audio recordings weren't real.
So let me ask you something. What you just heard, those were snippets of approximately 30 minutes of conversation. Is that correct?
Correct.
And during those 30 minutes of conversation, at any point in time, did Wally ever tell you that the shooting did not happen?
No.
Did he ever tell you at any point in time, you know what? Yeah, I'm trying to get his money, but I made the whole thing up.
No.
In fact, isn't it true that what he was telling you was that that man shot at him and really wanted to make sure that he got his for what happened? Is that correct?
That's what Really said.
And you weren't there, is that correct?
No.
Correct?
Hold
Yeah.
on.
That was a double negative. You weren't there, were you?
No, I was not.
It's cross-examination.
Yeah, it's a fair question. I thought you
Isn't it true that you didn't ask him that question because you don't want to know the answer?
Like I said, I don't recall, but I might have asked him. Sure.
So now you're saying you might have asked him if he shot Relli, but you don't remember the answer?
I said I don't recall me asking him that question. Right?
So let me be clear. I want to know, has the defendant ever discussed with you anything about the shooting?
No.
So then your answer would be, if you ever asked him about it, would be a definite no, correct?
Sure. Correct. So,
Then why is it a moment ago you just said, I don't know, I don't remember?
because I don't recall.
Do you understand the difference between no and I don't recall?
Yes.
So no, would you agree, would mean he absolutely never mentioned anything, and I don't recall would be, I'm not sure. Would you agree with that, those definitions?
We can agree to that.
And my question is, don't you think that as you're taping Relli for somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes, getting information about this incident, and about what he intends to do, and then calling the defendant back immediately to report what happened, that you might have had a conversation with him about, hey, dude, what actually happened? Did you shoot the guy? You're saying that didn't happen, you never asked?
Never asked.
Are you curious?
No.
Dollars. That in the end, either the shooting happened or it didn't. Would you agree?
Yes.
Shooting, when did you find out?
From Relli in 2022.
No, I'm not asking when you found out from Relli. When did you first hear about the shooting?
When Relli told me.
So you're saying you had never heard about this shooting that happened to your friend, ASAP Rocky, until May of 2022?
Correct.
So you're saying you speak to him every other month, you're aware that that shooting, that incident happened in November 2021, right?
Yes.
And you're saying that even though your friend was involved in a shooting, lead shooting, ASAP Rocky, you didn't hear about it for 5 months?
I heard about it from Relli first.
And you said the first time you heard about it from Relli was in May of 2022. That's what you just testified to, correct?
Yes.
Proves his media profile, and he's naming outlets like Rolling Stone magazine, correct?
Yes.
So wouldn't it be your job to be monitoring what's going on in the media with individuals that you're talking to?
No, it's not my job.
Correct?
It's correct.
Would you agree that in every interaction you've had with him, however many there are, since the incident occurred, that he has always been very clear in his position that the defendant shot at him and that he was hit?
Yes. Use a sequence of dates, right?
Okay,
A
no,
month, right? So,
you know, let me just inquire. I'm a little confused what you just said. So, my understanding is there are only 2 calls, one in May
correct.
and one in August. Is that right?
Yes.
But you just said May, June, July, and
Let me
August.
correct myself. I'm giving you, you asked me, was May before August? I said yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
oh,
right? So May,
understood.
June, July, August is
Got
a
it.
sequence of dates.
So,
Yeah.
understood.
Got
So, the time you find about the shooting is during the May 2022 call, and because you don't know what he's going to be talking to you about, you have no idea why there is going to be any value in recording him. Is that right?
No, but there was a numerous amount of missed calls. He kept calling him, so.
Here's what I don't understand. Why, if you don't know anything about the incident, anything about the allegations, why are you taping a call with your friend?
Just to protect myself, and just to have just oversight.
Why would you need to protect yourself from a friend when you know nothing about any incident that he was involved in?
Seemed weird.
So you're saying you got repeated calls from somebody, your friend, Relli. You didn't know what it was about, and so your response to getting repeated calls from him was to go, you know what, I'm going to call him back, and I think I'm going to tape him and not tell him. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you're saying that was done because you felt you needed to protect yourself. Is that right?
Correct.
What were you protecting yourself from?
Just whatever was said. I mean,
So do you typically, when you get missed calls, do you call people back and you record them?
they're being weird, yes.
2022 call? Yes.
Yo, bro. Shit, Rose, my bad. I'm with my girl and shit in bed, so yeah. What you doing? Hey, shit. And Craig. What happened, Rose? You know I'm not trying to pick sides. I'm mad at both y'all niggas for letting that shit happen for me.
Stop.
You know.
4 different times before the break, and 1 time after the break, I confirmed the first time you had ever heard anything about this shooting incident that happened in November was during the May call, this call, with Relli. And yet, the first thing you say is, you know, I'm not trying to pick sides and shit. And then you say, in testimony today, I was trying to mediate. So my question is, how can you be talking about not picking sides and about mediating when you never heard of what happened?
I think I answered this where I think I received texts as well. So, yeah. And what I mean by picking sides is trying to mediate the situation.
So when you say you received texts, so are you now changing your testimony and saying, yes, I knew about this incident beforehand?
Objection, or
Repeat the question?
Are you now saying, yes, I was aware of the incident from November of 2021 prior to this phone call?
I'm not sure. 3 years ago.
Well, I want you to take a look. Look at the transcript. I want you to look at page 2, and I want you to read again to yourself, and I want you to read starting at line 8 to line 11, and tell me if now you understand whether or not.
Yeah, I think I get your question, and my answer again is, I believe, I'm not sure if I received, I think I received text messages about this situation, so, yeah.
So you're saying you decided to keep, you recorded these calls. Did you save those text messages?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure? Do you have those text messages today?
Probably not, and your definition of I'm not sure is,
Mr. Lewin, are you going to play the rest of the?
I don't know.
I am, but I'm taking them one at a time, and then I'll start playing again.
All right, let's.
I think it's easier to hit each point as it comes up.
You hit this one a lot.
Well, Your Honor,
Picking sides, that nigga 100% crazy and wrong. 100% wrong. And he got 12-year ills mixed up. Bro, I'm not. You gotta understand, Rocky been on his high horse for a very long time. You feel me?
would you agree, sir, that during this little section, that Relli is basically telling you, he is saying that the defendant was 100% wrong, and then he got 12 in ills mixed up in it.
I'm going to object.
Stand.
Do you agree that in that section, sir, as you listen to it, as you read it right now, that Relli is telling you that Rocky has basically done it wrong?
Or I'm objecting again.
The words speak for themselves.
Exactly.
What? Keep going. Push the play.
The duty he did, I don't have, he forced my hand, you feel me? I got over 20 missed calls between him, dudes. Why is Rocky going out his way to do anything like that? You get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you're gonna hear the story or whatever it is, but you gotta look at it like this. Why is he going out his way to call me 20 times, got ills and 12 with him, text messages saying link up, where you at? And all of this is because of I pressed him about Josh, him not doing right by Josh, and he spoke to Josh's mom and lied. You get what I'm saying? So I wrote him about.
Were you aware prior to Relli relating this information to you that there had been a pre-existing issue between Relli and Rocky regarding Josh?
No, I don't know based on that.
Did you know what he was referring to?
Not really, I don't know Josh. I didn't know Josh.
But you agree that ASAP Relli told you that he, in essence, pressed Rocky about Josh and about him not doing right by Josh and accusing Rocky of lying. That's what he told you, correct?
Yeah, he's telling his side of the story.
He hit to Bari later about that, but I'm with Bari. Bari got the phone on speaker. You get what I'm saying? This shit didn't fit well with me. So Rocky talks about me within that conversation because he sees I text him about Josh. You feel me? And told him taking ASAP out my name. This is 7 months ago. I took ASAP out my name. You feel me? He's a bitch. So he goes in and says, hey, Bari, because Bari influenced him a whole week later doing that complex car shit. You feel Money 12-year ills is at his house. I hit Rel Money the next morning. Tell Rel.
You would agree that is ASAP Relli telling you that basically he is present for a conversation where ASAP Rocky is talking to Bari and is saying negative things about E. Relli, correct? That's what that means, correct?
Objection, Your Honor.
But it's not clear, and I'm asking the witness because the witness understands how they speak to each
You've
other.
already indicated that you want a legal ground.
Let me give you
Mr. Tacopina said objection. He's about to state the
I'm
legal
sorry,
ground.
It's irrelevant what he believes Relli meant. That's the same objection I have.
Sustained.
No, I'm not asking what
The
he
words
believes.
speak for themselves. In final argument, you can put your interpretation on what was said. Mr. Tacopina can do the same thing.
Your Honor, am I allowed to inquire the witness since they're speaking in a manner that is not necessarily easy for anybody to understand? I have to inquire him, what does that mean? I'm not asking,
But you're not asking what that means.
what does it mean? What does what you just heard, where Terrell tells you that just basically, and I heard you, but in Rocky head, he looked like a bitch because Barry had him on speaker. Rocky didn't know who else heard that conversation, but I heard him talk about it. And I told Rocky over the years, and if you have a problem with me, let me know. Stop rocking me to sleep. You feel me?
I can't tell you what he means. You need to ask Terrell.
Money. I heard Rocky bitch ass tell him I don't fuck with him. Woo-dee-woo-dee-woo-dee-woo. You feel me? No fighting words, none of that. Just basically, nigga, I heard you. But in Rocky's head, he looked like a bitch because Barry had him on speaker. Rocky don't know who else heard that conversation, but he know I heard him talk about me, and I told Rocky over the years, nigga, if you have a problem with me, let me know. Stop rocking me to sleep. You feel me? Yeah. I feel it. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, I guess that was enough for him. He felt like a bitch because he knew I heard that conversation. I was supposed to hear that conversation because Rocky I never heard him say curse words or even have that type of energy towards me. You know what I mean? So now I know the real him. I tell Real Money, tell that nigga fuck him. You feel me? Boom, boom, boom. Shit is related to him. Next thing you know, I get over 20, 30 missed calls between him, Ills, and Rocky. Text messages. I'm staying at the Lowe's. I tell him, he calls me. I finally answer because I'm sleeping. Each.
Did you take from that, as you heard it, that Relli was now telling you that there was a dispute between he and Rocky that also now was bringing in Ills as well, and that it had resulted in 20 or 30 missed calls between the defendant and Relli?
Judge, I'm objecting again for the same reason I object the court's relevant. What this witness is portraying. Words of the transcript.
Your Honor, it actually
Stop. Both of you, no speaking objections. Don't debate. Do you know what this means?
I can't decipher what somebody. I'm hearing this side of the story. I can't decipher what they actually mean.
Okay. All right. Go on.
So then, I'm not asking you whether you believe it or whether it's credible. I'm simply asking you, when you were told this, Relli was telling you that this dispute between he and Rocky had resulted in 20 to 30 missed calls between him, which is Relli, Ills, and Rocky. Is that right?
He's telling me that.
Yes. And he's also telling you he's staying at the Lowe's, and he tells you that he finally answers because he's sleeping. Is that right?
He's telling me that.
Now, you said you've been watching this trial, correct?
Correct.
When did you find out you were going to be a witness in this case?
Just recently.
Well, a couple of days ago, correct?
Correct.
And you continue to watch the trial, is that correct?
Correct.
Didn't the defense tell you, hey, listen, you're going to be a witness in this case? You should not be watching the trial?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustain.
For what grounds, Your Honor?
It's irrelevant. Just ask another question.
I answered it. He said, where you at? With a slick voice. I'm like, huh? Where you at? Nigga, I'm at the W. I'm not really at the Lowe's. You feel me? You know how you Boulevard. They all look the same. You're like, no, you're That's what I wanted to ask you, bro. Like, why really though? You feel me? Why take it to you know the guys? You feel me? Who, me? Yeah, if they don't how the boys. Why wouldn't I, bro? He's a multi-millionaire. He blamed at me. I'm no longer on his level. Everybody turned on me. Everybody, bro. Rocky had everybody turn on me.
What did you mean when you said, why take it to, you know, the guys? What did that mean?
The police, I wanted to have them find a resolution outside of legal or police. I was trying to mediate the situation.
How exactly were you trying to mediate the situation to help Relli?
Really just hear him out.
Hear him out on a tape call that you could then call your buddy A$AP Rocky about, is that right?
Mediating the situation to me was hearing him, his frustration.
Hearing his frustration, your friend, so you could report it to the true person that you had interest in protecting, correct?
I think it was right to show the other person or show both sides when you're talking both sides. So, yeah.
How many of your calls with Rocky did you make?
None. We didn't talk on the phone. Never talked on the phone.
Everybody turned on me. Everybody, bro. Rocky had everybody turn on me that day. Plus, what the fuck am I doing? Spin on his block and go shoot him up? Do my cripple him because he's a multi-million, bro. I'm not having nobody shoot at me where I'm taking it on the chin. And two, I'm not about to spin on Rocky's block. I'm already a millionaire, nigga. You get what I'm saying? So.
At this point, Relli was telling you that Rocky had shot at him, correct? What you just heard.
I don't know what he meant exactly with why wouldn't I, bro? He's a multi-millionaire. Bland at me. No longer at his level.
Where he says, or do I cripple him because he's a multimillionaire, bro? I'm not having nobody shoot at me. You didn't understand that to me? He was saying that Rocky shot at him?
That's what he meant. I can't decipher what he meant, right?
You cannot decipher what he meant by, I'm not having nobody shoot at me. You can't decipher that.
Just stay. The words speak for themselves. Again, you can comment on them in final argument, or Mr. Zlomek, whoever does the final argument, as can Mr. Tarapino. The words are there. Both of you can put whatever inference you want. Go on to the next question.
You ignorant black nigga. How many niggas ever been how to get money, how to do this? Do Rocky do that? Do you have a foundation for black people? Do you have a foundation for anybody? No, this nigga's greedy. You get what I'm saying? So I can't sit here and be like, oh, how you meet somebody like that, bro? You take away what they have, drugs. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not doing it on some like this, that, and third, on some holy shit. I would have had a guy a warrior. The same thing, because he would have done me 4 or 5 times. I had to use ills as a shield, or I'd be dead. I feel.
Did Relli tell you that he had to use ills as a shield or I'd be dead?
He said that.
Keep playing.
He was really trying to, like, you feel me? Not trying to end slash his shit with some paper or something, but what, you know, like. Bro, it's too late. He told me to suck a dick. Boom, boom, boom. I hit a John the same day. Bro, that's all on him. He had nothing but time. Bro, my head got the best lawyer in LA and worry about my business. You feel me? He told John to stop contacting me. I sent him the pictures of the bullets, sent him the text messages of him, letting him know how serious this is. You know what he said? Nigga, fuck you. I feel, bro. So what am I supposed to do? I accept it.
So, Relli is telling you that the defendant shot at him and then basically told him, F you, I'm not giving you anything. And your response is, he says, you feel me, and you say, yeah. What was the point of your response?
I'm consulting through a mediation, so.
So, you're you're consulting for mediation. Can you explain what you mean by that, please?
I'm mediating the situation, so I'm hearing him out.
Isn't it true that what you're doing is you are trying to make Relli think that you are on his side, while at the same time you are taping him and then immediately contacting the man he is saying shot at him, who is actually your closer friend. Isn't that correct?
No, I'm mediating the situation. So
Keep playing. So you also say, this is on, you got in front of you, you say you've got to try to squash this shit, get some paper or something, or what? You know, like, you see that? That's on page 8, lines 7 through 9.
yes,
You're telling him, when you mean get some paper, you're telling him you got to get some money from the defendant, correct?
I'm really just giving him options to mediate the situation so there's a resolution.
Right, and the option you're giving him is you're basically telling him he can go get money from the defendant. That's what that means, correct?
No,
What does it mean when you're saying to go get paper? What does that mean?
I'm giving him options, right? Not just one option, what you're saying.
So listen to me. I didn't ask you how many options you're giving him. Listen to my question.
You said, what does this mean?
What
From
does it...
line- Let me finish, right?
Sure.
So what does this mean from line 6 to 9?
No, let me be
That's
real
what you
clear.
asked, right?
No, this is what I asked you.
All right.
Are you ready? What does it mean when you said get some paper or something? What does that mean?
It can be money.
What's that?
I said it can be money.
Wait, it can mean money or it did mean money?
It can.
What did it mean when you said it?
I said it can mean money.
Listen to my question. Are you the one that said that?
Yeah.
When you said it, did it mean money?
Yeah.
You were telling him you can get some money from Rocky. That's where you're saying you're trying to mediate, correct?
No.
No?
I'm giving options to mediate the situation.
Sir, one of those options is, you're telling him an option would be get some paper or something, correct?
Correct.
Now let me ask you, up until this time in the conversation, has Relli mentioned that he is going to try to be getting a bunch of money from the defendant?
I'm not sure.
Well, would you agree that it looks like you're the person suggesting that he go get some money? We just get some paper, correct?
Giving it an option within the mediation.
And that's coming from you, correct?
Correct.
And you're aware that's exactly what he did, correct?
I believe so.
Well, you believe so. You're aware. You said you taped him. He went and got a lawyer, and he ended up suing the defendant for money. Is that right?
I believe so.
Niggas shooting at me 4 or 5 times where I almost died, or shooting this man. Now coming when suing, of course, the severity of the case, he tried to kill me. So that's when that's when he got to leave. You feel me?
I feel ain't no way niggas could squat, like, you feel me? No taping, no nothing, bro. Like, you feel me? Like,
bro, he's a grown, he's 33 years old. He got other men talking for him. He know what he did. You get what I'm saying? He got more than enough time. This shit happened 7 months later. He wasn't trying to reach out to me. He still can't reach out to me.
I feel with the legal shit and putting out, bro, you know, so.
That's on him. I didn't even want to go about that way.
When he said on the top of page 9, he says, now, coming with suing, of course, the severity of the case, he tried to kill me. He was referring to the incident with Rocky, correct? That's how you took it. Is that right?
Objection to what he interpreted, brother, saying this again, not relevant.
Is that correct?
Can you repeat the question?
So he is saying the severity of this case, and he says, now coming with suing, of course, the severity of the case, he tried to kill me. So that's where he's going to. That's why he got a read. You feel me? and you say, yeah, I feel, ain't no way ends good like you feel me. No paper, no nothing, Rosie. You're saying at that point, he's telling you he tried to kill me, and you're telling him, hey, get some money, correct? As an option.
Trying to mediate the situation, yes.
That's not the question I asked you. Are you telling him to get some money as an option?
Not directly.
So what does it mean? What is indirect about you mentioning get some paper?
I think it's the way we talk. You really wouldn't understand, but there's a way we talk that puts out options, right? So, yeah.
So you're saying you've indicated that paper is money, and you've admitted that you're telling him to go get some paper, and now you're telling me apparently I can't understand the way you talk. It means something differently.
You're just highlighting the word paper.
No, you said the word get some paper.
You're highlighting the word paper, but if you look around it, there's certain ways we talk that I'm giving off different options to mediate the situation.
I got a lawyer. When you get a lawyer, that has nothing to do with boys. And Jabari is his friend. He might as well thank him for him not being late in the field. But those are allegations. You feel me? He got enough, and you're part of the PR team. He would have had enough people to block that if Jabari didn't say nothing, bro. Those are allegations. Jabari made it official.
Yeah, so what's the next one?
Jabari's getting sued too. Jabari's getting sued for defamation as a character.
Cause everybody look bad, bro. I'm just trying to.
He look bad. He did that, bro. I didn't call you. I didn't have a gun. He left his in Hollywood house. Why everybody saying everybody look bad? Why everybody point the finger? Because when I take, bro, I got Hollywood. I got so many people.
Niggas look together, bro. Niggas look together.
Niggas hanging. He's in a mansion. Nigga, I pay my way around him every single time.
Did Relli ever tell you during any conversation that he had any gun or any weapon during this incident?
Not sure, no.
That's him. He uses niggas. He used Tory and Hills. Nigga, that was the whole joke about the whole shit with Bari and the whole thing. You get what I'm saying? The nigga asks if Bari, is he coming to the complex car? Nigga, Bari laughs at him like, nigga, you're not using me. Nigga, the next conversation was about how he got 12 and Hills on a jet or some whole shit.
I feel you. Shit wicked, dog. Shit wicked. You fucking niggas grew up together, man. Like, you feel me? Like,
I made that nigga. Fuck growing up. I made that nigga. Not no 12, not no James. He didn't know James. James popped up at my crib on purple swag. I made that nigga. That's why you feel like that, bro. I've been powerful. I've been that. Jabari never did, bro. I put every last goal on my man.
I just know that niggas are kind of end this shit, you know, by that.
He could've.
So when you're saying you just want this shit ended, you want bygones to be bygones, you wanted to mitigate this situation, whether the defendant shot him or not, correct?
I'm saying to mediate the situation.
Did you hear what you were just quoted as saying?
Yes, I can read.
Okay, so my question is, when you're saying, I just want all you ends to kind of end this shit, and bygones be bygones, you are saying you do not care what actually happened, you just want the situation to be over, correct?
No, it's not.
So what did you mean by that?
I think I answered this. When you're mediating, you want to come to a resolution, and yeah.
Ended it when he shot at me. Who ends anything when a nigga shoot at you 4 or 5 times when you gotta grab another member to protect yourself? He called me out my living space. Called me, told me to stop ducking him. He played that. That's called premeditated, bro. You feel what I'm saying? He didn't give me a chance. He didn't tell me I'm coming to a gun battle. I came to link him to see what the fuck the status was about. He pulls out. He tries to chest bump me. He tries to chest bump me and then pull out a gun for self-defense. He's a pussy boy. And me and Ills is standing in between while he's trying to shoot me. He didn't give me no seconds for shit acting like that. and I got it all on camera. You don't want that, like, trust me. You stupid. He did it all on camera, champ. So the world looking at me because of bars you off right now, but in a few seconds, if I wanted to do an HBO or do anything, his whole career is fucked. Everybody's looking at me like the man.
Okay, that's what you like. What's your? I guess it was the end game, bro. Like you feel
The end game, I'm suing this shit out of here. That was my game, and regardless, I don't give a fuck about no police, nigga. I'm going against a multi-millionaire that's trying to kill me.
So it's really good.
You were played a small clip of this by the defense that only had the "I'm suing the shit out of him, that was my game regardless." Do you recall that?
Yes.
Would you agree that that clip alone, just by itself, doesn't put the rest of the conversation in context?
Objection to that.
Still no grounds, Your Honor. Objection to that.
The objection is, that's an improper question, but that was an impeachment question, that's what I asked there.
That's not a legal objection. Your Honor, I keep asking you.
If you want, when the defense is asking questions, if you just want to say objection without a legal ground, I can probably infer what the legal ground is. I want to move the case along.
Your Honor, I'm just asking. The court has said they've ordered both sides. We're lawyers.
Right.
I can't respond when he doesn't give a legal ground. When the court makes me an offer that I don't have to state a legal ground, that's not the rule of court. I state a legal ground because I'm a lawyer. When he simply says objection,
So what do you suggest?
he give a legal ground, as you told
And
him.
if he doesn't?
Then the objection's overruled, according to the evidence code and the rules of court. The court knows that. I'm not telling the court anything the court's not aware of.
Besides suing somebody like that, you feel me? Now he got to face the consequences of that because he wanted to be a gangster and run out his crib like that. That has nothing to do with me. You feel me? I did my part. If you look at it on my end, what else am I supposed to do?
I mean, like squash that shit in the streets, type shit that has money.
Ain't no street nigga. Bro, what the fuck?
I feel
You know what?
What did you mean when you said, I mean like squash that shit in the streets type shit? What does that mean?
I think that's another cultural thing that you kind of wouldn't understand that we use, where it's really mediating the situation among ourselves.
Your Honor, can you instruct the witness to answer the question? That's not an answer.
Yeah, and refrain from suggesting to Mr. Lewin or anybody else what they would or would not understand. Just answer the question directly. Ask the question.
It's hard to answer someone.
Do your best.
Okay.
Sir, I'm asking you, listen to my question, what you meant, what you said. I'm not asking you to respond that you were mediating. That's not answering the question. I'm not actually asking you to tell me that I wouldn't understand it. You said the words. What did you mean?
Meant to find a resolution.
What specifically does it mean? Squash that shit in the street type shit. What does that mean?
Keep mentioning what it means, and I'm telling you, within our culture, it needs to find a resolution. But over time, people's sensitivity and their feelings kind of change, so you can come to a common ground and talk.
So your advice to Relli was, sit down with the defendant, whether he shot you or not, because times change, we need to keep the police out of it, and we need to settle this amongst ourselves. That's pretty much your advice?
Trying to mediate the situation so we can talk.
Okay.
So,
Man, look at this. This ain't no street nigga. Man, he got 3 or 4 bodyguards, bro. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. This man riding around with, come on. What street shit do he do, bro? This is a street nigga. You already know what would happen. Everybody know what would happen. We're talking about A$AP Rocky, bro. The face of Dior, like, come on, stop it. This ain't a street nigga.
Nah, I'm just trying to, cause I fuck with you heavy, bro. So, it's always wrong every time, nigga, and I fuck with you.
Yeah, but I'm trying to let people know, and the ones who's close by him, this ain't no, he ain't no gangster, bro, this ain't no gangster. If this was a gangster, this would be handled in the streets.
So how niggas
He got 3 or 4 bodyguards with him 24/7.
like, that's next level, bro. Like, niggas go to court, you feel me? Like, why not just
He's finished. He's finished. He gotta do,
why not just ask for the bribe, or,
I try to.
I want the court to understand that I will absolutely finish, Your Honor, by 5:30. I will be done. So I'm just asking the court because I need to ask these questions. I'm asking the court for the same leeway that the defense got with Relli, who was on the stand for 5 days. So I will be done, I promise, by 5:30. So I'm just asking, as I'm asking these questions, that if there's a legitimate objection, it's the same. When the court is asking me to move on with a legitimate objection.
Because there comes a point where it appears to me that you fully explored the issue, and it is time to move it. You are accomplishing what you are intending to accomplish,
Okay.
and there's no reason to keep on that same issue. And again, at the end of the case, when you argue to the jury, when Mr. Tacopina argues to the jury, argue reasonable inferences.
Well, the problem is I need to confront the witness with what I'm saying. So I'll be done by 5:30, Ron. I just want to let the court know that. You have my word. If I'm not, you can stop me. With no argument, nothing back. So, what did you mean where it says, do you feel me, like, why not squash this shit? What does that mean?
Did it not answer this? I think it meant to mediate the situation and find a resolution.
It meant to keep this. You then say, right before it, you said, what's next though, bro? Like, ends go to court? You're telling him what's going to happen is this case is going to end up in court, and you're telling him you want to squash it before it gets to court, correct?
I'm asking him what his process was, and he's telling me.
Okay, but
When you got somebody that's shooting at you, you gotta look like I'm smart, bro. You gotta understand I'm not no dumb black nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ask for a bag without a lawyer for court extortion. You feel me? You gotta do everything accordingly. Everything accordingly, or it's gonna catch up with you. I feel, bro, that.
and this is right after this call. You called the defendant and told him what had transpired.
I'm trying to think if niggas could like help out.
Correct?
What'd you say?
Right after you finish this call, you call the defendant, you tell him, here's what's going on, here's what Relli said.
Right.
When's the next time you talk to Relli after that?
Didn't we answer that? I think it was August 2022, right?
So what you're saying is now, whenever you call him, you got that tape recorder ready to go, right?
Well, I think you're missing what I'm telling you.
Motion to strike is non-responsive.
Sustain.
Listen to my question. So what you're saying is, the next time you call him, you got that tape recorder ready to go. Is that right?
He calls me multiple times, and I missed. I call him back.
Motion to strike is non-responsive.
Jamie, what he's asking you is a yes or no question.
Gotcha.
So go ahead and ask it again.
The next time you call him, in August of 2022, that's the next time you spoke to him, correct?
Correct.
And you had the tape recorder ready to go, correct?
No.
Did you tape him?
Yes.
So you were able, he calls you, I'm sorry, you call him. You made the call, right?
Yes. Back.
Motion to strike is non-responsive.
I didn't hear it.
He said back instead of he's answering the question.
Well,
It doesn't
the
matter.
whole answer is non-responsive. It calls for yes or no.
Did you call him back?
Yes.
And when you called him back, you immediately were recording what he was saying, correct?
Yes.
All right, let's play the next call.
Yo, shit, nigga. Come on, what? Shit, man, where you at? Crib. What you want? Shit, man. I just hopped on the computer and shit. I was gonna submit them links and shit. You know what links you want to do, or you want me to take them shits? Yeah, it's shit time. Just pop me the one from Rolling Stone, all those other publications. Just pick the top ones, probably right, like TMZ, Rolling Stone shit. Alright. And then when I get it, you know, I'm sorry. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna just try to get that shit to you for me. Cause you got, it's a lot of. Yo, what's your overall thoughts on this shit, though? Like, coming from not like, Rocky, like, fuck all that other shit. You think I'm wrong, bro?
Bro, like, you feel me? Because niggas don't even know I be talking to you, bro. So, like, real talk, like.
So on page 2, you start off by telling him, you suggest right off the top that you're going to submit those links. Those are links to the media stuff that you and Relli talked about, correct?
Correct.
So you're telling him you're going to get his story out into the media, is that right?
Yes, that's what he wanted.
But in actuality, while you're doing this, you're taping him, and after this call, you're going to tell the defendant exactly what he told you, is that right?
Correct.
And in fact, on page 3, you straight lie to him, and you say, bro, like you feel me, because ends don't even know I be talking to you, bro. You're saying the defendant doesn't know that you're talking to him, correct?
Niggas doesn't mean the defendant. Niggas can mean people.
Listen to me, I'm not asking you what it can mean, I'm saying what it meant here is you are
I'm telling you that.
I'm not asking for any education.
Ask him what he meant by it.
What I believe you meant by it, sir, was you are telling him that Rocky does not know that he's talking to you,
I
correct?
think I just answered that, where niggas, another cultural thing,
Won't
means
strike is
people,
not responsive.
doesn't mean the defendant.
Just a minute.
Listen to my question. Isn't it true that by saying, in this time, during this conversation, not in general, when you say, bro, like you feel me, because ends don't even know I be talking to you, bro, you are saying to him that the defendant does not know that you are talking to him.
No, and there's also plural there, so defendant is singular.
And right after that, you literally say, so like real talk, like I'm even trying to play both sides. That is referring to Relli and the defendant, correct?
I think I just answered where niggas to me in this.
Motion to strike is non-responsive. Please instruct the juror to answer the question being asked, or you won't go home
You
today.
mean the witness?
The witness, excuse me, yes, Your Honor. I'm being as patient as I can, but I want my question
It's
answered.
very important that if he asks you a yes or no question, that you ask yes or no, and don't volunteer it.
Sometimes it's not answer.
I understand that.
So I try to give my.
Well, what he's asking is a yes or no.
Can you ask again?
Isn't it true that when you said, bro, like you feel me, because ends don't even know I be talking to you, bro, so like real talk, like I ain't even trying to play both sides, you are saying to him that the defendant does not know that you are talking to Rob?
No. Just told you.
No, that's not what it meant. So you're saying, no, that's not what it meant.
No, because
Objection asked and answered.
I literally just told you.
Stop. The objection sustained. Then ask him what he did mean.
So I want to ask you what you meant specifically by that comment, and I'm not asking for a general statement about mediation. What did you specifically mean by those words in that comment?
People, friends, niggas with an S is plural didn't mean the singular to the defendant.
So what did it mean when immediately after that you say, I ain't even trying to play both sides? What side are you talking about?
Which line are you saying so I can read?
It's directly after what I just read to you, page 3.
Yeah,
Lines 8, and it goes through 12.
yeah, that line doesn't have to do with the first one, right? It's just me saying within the mediation, I'm not trying to pick both sides.
And by both sides, you mean the defendant and Terrell, correct? Those are the two sides.
Correct.
So when you are saying, I ain't even trying to take both sides, right after saying that basically ends don't even know that I've been talking to you, bro, you are saying the defendant does not know that I'm talking to you, and I'm not trying to take sides.
Objection asked and answered sustained.
Go ahead.
I don't I ain't even trying to play both sides. I'm just a genuine nigga that means well, you feel me? So like, I honestly think it just looks like bad on both y'all niggas' names. You feel me? Like, it don't even matter. Like, real shit, it don't even matter how, like, what went on. It's like, really what the...
See, I'm not even looking at it like a person's name. I'm looking at the circumstances. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel it.
Cause I'm still not understand. I even still try to reach out to his peoples, to John and all of that. Like I could have went straight to the boys and did all that extra shit in the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, really, bro.
I just think that his fame and his legacy, and how my lawyers.
What was just played, where Terrell told you that he didn't even reach out to the boys originally. You agree, he's telling you that he didn't reach out to the police originally.
Can you start referring to the line so I can read what you're reading?
Sure.
Follow you? Thanks.
Sure.
Your Honor, objection lacks foundation, speculation, lacks personal knowledge. He can't speak to what the witness, what the other witness
Well,
conversation means.
Mr. Sajimi just asked to be referred to a line. So do that, Mr. Wu. Which line are you referring to?
One moment, Your Honor.
And on page 4?
1 second, Your Honor. So what did you mean by that?
Well, that's Terrell Efron.
Isn't it true that what Terrell was telling you was that he tried to keep the police out of it and handle it without their involvement? That's
Your
what
Honor, again, objection, same objection, speculation, lack of foundation. He can't speak to what's in the...
Overruled.
That's what he said. Can't tell you what he meant.
Okay, but the way you took that is he's telling you, hey, I could have went straight to the boys. That means I could have went straight to the police, correct?
Yeah.
Okay? But he says he did all that extra shit from the beginning. So he's telling you, I could have done that, but I didn't. That's what he's saying, correct?
That's what he said.
Okay.
I'm really sorry, Your Honor. I think it's close to where we paused.
It froze again?
Fame and his legacy, how my lawyers were saying, it's the fact that it's my skin color. People thinking that I'm supposed to be at a certain, which is crash, people expect black people to be crash test dummies. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel it.
Oh, you a hood nigga. Oh, you supposed to be like this. What?
Yeah, what you thinking? I think niggas should just resolve that shit peacefully, quietly, you feel me? And just
That's what I tried. I tried. He didn't even reach out to me or nothing. This is nothing. He's still thinking that this shit is a joke. He's gonna find out when he go to preliminary hearing, and that's when his people are gonna try to reach out because they're gonna realize how bad this shit is.
How much money you looking for? What you feel me?
It's not how much I'm looking for, it's what I'm suing for, what stands in the bracket to what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it comes with a lot. It comes with a lot of different reasons. It's 4 different lawsuits.
I feel what you thinking. How you thinking that shit look though? You feel me?
What you mean?
Just from the perspective of just outside looking in. You feel me?
I feel good because I know who this is. I know he never looked out for nobody. He really not who people think they when the smoke clears. He's not that person. You get what I'm saying? So if he would have did, you gotta understand. I knew Rocky before anybody. He knew my brother died. He knew I was fucked up. He knew Ty Beats was fucked up. He knew a lot of people. He knew everybody's situation. This man is Mr. 6 months. You know what I'm saying? He come around, he tell you, he gonna fix shit, and you don't even have to put money to fix shit. And then guess what? You don't see Rocky for another 6 months. He got new bodyguards, he in new set situations. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel
he robbed people to sleep so much. me. That's not the way how it goes. When you do a lawsuit, I try to do it that way. You see what he said when I sent you that, what you call it?
Yeah, I feel. But how about now? You feel me? How about now, though? You feel me?
It's too late. Like, it's too late. My lawsuit is still there already with the, like, when I went to the lawyers, the lawyers filed, gave the police the evidence, but you can't sue somebody with circumstances like that without criminal actions because it's such a heinous crime.
So there's no way you could, like, withdraw the lawsuit type of shit and then, you know, or just settle type of shit, you feel me?
No, he would settle, and then that means that I would go to court or wouldn't do anything, and he have to go against the state, and it would be way less.
Yeah, man.
So that's attempt murder. That's not like me and you thrown together. We had an argument, and then a fight broke out, and a gun came out. He purposely knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
When you purposely know what you're doing, that's a whole different ballgame. You get what I'm saying? And I'm still feel sympathetic for this man because I know him. I know what he's about to endure. But he told me, fuck off, go to the police. He told me this type of shit. If I was to put that out, when I sent you, if I was to put that out to the world, bro, they would laugh at him. I don't have the toughest nigga in the world. I don't know but too many gangster niggas that's gonna come at Rocky. He's a millionaire, bro. That shit can come from anywhere. He decided to fire on me. That was the worst thing ever. He should have had somebody who did that because when you do that, that means not only are you jeopardizing your career, you're jeopardizing yourself and everybody you're around. So you gotta take that threat out. Because that's the only way I would think.
Yeah, man.
Like, who gets cool after somebody firing on you 5 times, bro? Nobody.
Yeah, even if niggas like settle, you feel me? Like,
Then none of that could come out. None of that could come out then because I can put it up, but then that's what I'm signing the NDA for, and that's what my lawsuit takes place. You get what I'm saying?
so why don't niggas just do that? Like, when you go to the
He's waiting to go to their hearing because he don't know. Rocky don't even know the shit I sent you like that.
I mean, I would probably talk to him and shit and figure out, you know, like, some...
I don't even want no message related like that because he had over years to reach out to me, bro. I'm not the hardest person to reach. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He chose to do that. Like, when you see what I just sent you the other day, how he reacted off of me hitting up John to try to figure out what we're going to do here before I even get up a lawyer or anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he don't want to hear nothing from nobody, bro. Like, like, some people is like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, to the shit.
And then I don't want to jeopardize what you have going on, him thinking that you spoke to me. Like, don't even put yourself involved in this shit, bro. Plus, a lot of people start looking at you funny, and I don't need you feeling like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it just trickled down to everyone, you feel me? Like, even if you don't, you feel me? I'm trying to think if niggas could, like, help out and, like, try to talk to the nigga, you feel me? Like,
bro, he's not even a talkable person, bro. I'm gonna be honest, especially with this type of state of mind. He got 2 more days to even go to court.
I mean, I would probably talk to him and shit and figure out, you know, like, some...
I don't even want no message related like that because he had over years to reach out to me, bro. I'm not the hardest person to reach. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He chose to do that. Like, and you see what I just sent you the other day, how he reacted off of me hitting up John to try to figure out what we're going to do here before I even get up a lawyer or anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he don't want to hear nothing from nobody, bro. And like, some people is like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, to the shit.
And I don't want to jeopardize what you have going on, him thinking that you spoke to me. Like, don't even put yourself involved in this shit, bro. Plus, a lot of people start looking at you funny, and I don't need you feeling like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it just trickled down to everyone, you feel me? Like, even if you don't, you feel me? Like,
everybody's career who worked for him.
You feel me? So,
everybody who worked for him, but he did that because he's stingy, bro. I can't not do what I'm doing and think about everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta worry about myself and worry about what the fuck happened to me. He wasn't thinking about nobody. Everybody's thinking like that, but then when it comes out, the niggas are gonna really start hating him because, bro, why would you do that? Why would you put yourself out there to do something like that where it's unforgivable, bro? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, this ain't something like, it was a fight, you punch me, I could sue you, you don't go to jail, bro, you fired on me.
Man, niggas not trying to go to jail. That's what I'm saying. Like, niggas can find some resolution. But they thinking about how much you gonna get and shit, you don't even know.
I already know. I'm getting 30 M's.
Yeah. That's crazy, son. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm getting 30 M's. That's why I'm not like, you tell me I'm a smart nigga, bro.
What the cops gonna say? Well, what the cops gonna say? You feel me? Because niggas are trying to go to jail type shit. Like,
he's gonna have to deal with that and his political ties and everything else. Because once I walk away, when I get my cash, the case is way weaker. It's just like a domestic violence case. If you was to hit your bitch and your bitch was to keep on going through with the situation, you go down. But if you're not there, then you're going against the state and it's way weaker.
but at the court shit, what's going on at court? You feel me? Isn't that just against the state type of shit?
If I'm not there, if he pays me out through my lawsuit, I'll walk away. And then it's going to be me because I'm on another highway just relax. You get what I'm saying? They're going to be scrambling to find me because now they have to go against Rocky, the state. And here they have evidence in this and but it's not going to be the same when you present it to a jury and you don't have a complaining witness. You get what I'm saying? So now they're going to have to offer him a deal.
You repeatedly, during this conversation, kept going back to saying things like, and could drop the shit, meaning the lawsuit, correct?
Yes, and giving out options to mediate the situation.
Would you agree that with what I just played to you, there are approximately 10 different times where you suggest to Relli that he could drop this shit, drop the lawsuit? Would you agree?
It was an option to mediate the situation, right?
Would you agree that in what I just played you a moment ago, this is on page 4 of the last transcript, he says, like, this ain't something like it was a fight and punching you. I could sue you. You're going to jail, bro. You're fired on me. And you respond, yeah. Ends not trying to go to jail, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, ends could find some resolution. You are saying to him that A$AP Rocky doesn't want to go to jail, and you are saying you want to find a resolution that involves money, correct?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm saying when people are charged with things, if they're not guilty, or if they're guilty, sometimes the repercussion is jail.
So,
and let me finish. And I personally don't like seeing people go to jail. So,
do you have a problem with people going to jail if they shoot at somebody?
no.
You don't want them to go to jail even for that, correct?
No, if you're guilty of a crime, you should go to jail within the justice system, right?
So your position is, I just want to be clear because you said both. Your position is that if A$AP Rocky is guilty, if he did this, then he should be convicted.
Objection.
He's already said in his
Irrelevant.
he said previously that he did not want anybody convicted of any crime where they went to jail. This goes to that was the first 5 minutes of his examination. I then clarified. So this goes to his bias and
Stop. Read the question back. Kathy, give it down.
Which question?
The last one.
can I just re-ask? Make it faster.
Yes, definitely.
Isn't it true that whether he committed this crime or not, you do not want him to be convicted?
Objection.
Let's go to bias.
I think I answered this. If you're committed of a crime, there's repercussions, guilty and not guilty.
You're not answering the question.
Listen to my question.
Okay.
If he committed this crime, isn't it true that even if that's correct, even if he committed the crime, you do not want him to be convicted?
If he committed a crime, then he should be convicted.
And you're saying that's what you want. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You said that you were here to mediate, right?
I think I said it 10 times now.
Yeah. And mediate means you talk to both sides, right?
Yes.
So when you tried to mediate with Terrell on May 12th, and then you called the defendant, tell me about the conversation you had with him where you were mediating.
Who's him?
Rocky. Tell me about that conversation.
It's argumentative, and he's yelling at me.
Oh, no.
Well, the conversation is I'm hearing his side.
And what was his side? What did he say?
He really just said it was really just an argument, and they felt differences between situations.
He admitted to you that he had shot at Relli, correct?
Incorrect.
Did he ever tell you during that conversation, hey, listen, it was a prop gun? Did he ever say that?
No.
Well, if you're trying to mediate and you're trying to figure out a resolution and you've talked to one party and you've heard what they have to say, then don't you have to go back to ASAP Rocky and say, hey, listen, Relli is saying you shot him. Did you not say that to him?
Mediating sometimes is hearing both sides and giving some options.
So what was the side he gave to you for what happened? What did Rocky tell you happened?
I just told you.
No, I want to know specifically, what exactly did he say happened?
Excuse me, objection. Is there a reason he's yelling at the witness?
What exactly did he tell you happened?
I don't recall the specifics. I just told you the general overview.
You don't recall the specifics of whether ASAP Rocky told you whether he shot the defendant or not? The victim or not? You don't recall that?
No.
Yes, answer.
What? So he might have told you that he shot the victim, you just don't remember. Is that correct?
Incorrect.
Well, so you just said you don't remember. Now you're saying, no, he didn't tell me that he shot him. So if you don't remember, how do you know that's not what he said?
Well, I don't want to be wrong.
Well, so that's what I just told you.
Fair question.
As you sit here, sir, you said you were trying to mediate this dispute between Rocky and Relli. You talked to Relli, and Relli gave you a lengthy version of what happened on that November night, correct?
Correct.
So my question to you is, if you're going to mediate, you have to have asked Rocky what happened, correct?
Correct.
So what you're saying is, I asked him what happened, but I don't remember what he said, correct?
Correct. I said I don't remember the details.
And let me ask you, if he would have told you, hey, I shot him with a prop gun, you would sure as heck remember that, wouldn't you?
Not necessarily.
So you would not remember if ASAP Rocky was saying, hey, everything Relli said is not true, I shot him with a prop gun.
I don't recall specifics.
So as you sit here, you would agree that you understand, as I'm asking this question, that if you admit that ASAP Rocky either told you he shot Relli or admitted that it wasn't a prop gun, you understand that will be very bad for him.
Objection to relevancy of what this witness understands is bad for Rocky, Your Honor? Can you let that question go?
That's
No
not.
speaking objections.
Oh, okay.
The question
Read that question back.
The question goes to bias. Bias.
That's not about bias.
What's that?
That's not about bias. Listen to the question. It's asking for his opinion of what happens to him.
This is the long speed objection.
The question is designed to elicit an answer, and the answer could go to bias and interest in the result of the trial.
The question you read back.
Yes.
So as you sit here, you would agree that you understand, as I'm asking this question, that if you admit that ASAP Rocky either told you he shot Relli or admitted that it wasn't a prop gun, you understand that will be very bad for him.
It's a fair question.
Yes, I understand.
Is it still your testimony that as you sit here, that you have testified as an unbiased witness. Is that your testimony?
Yes.
You said that you don't recall specifically what ASAP Rocky told you during this mediation, correct?
Correct.
Let me ask you something. Do you believe, as you sit here, whether it's true or not, do you believe that it is reasonable that you can have a mediation with ASAP Rocky about what happened during this incident and you have no memory of what he told you? Does that sound reasonable to you?
Yes.
That sounds reasonable.
Yes.
Nothing further.
Was this a formal mediation, sir? Were you a mediator?
This is leading, this is direct examination.
Was this a formal, you just asked a million questions about this mediation. Were you performing a formal mediation?
No.
Okay. Now, let's get back to something. Sir, you were brought in here by the defense to authenticate 2 tapes, nothing more.
Objection, this is leading.
Sustained.
Why were you brought in here by the defense?
To
That's going to call
verify.
for speculation.
Overruled.
Speculation.
To
Why was
verify.
brought in?
Overruled.
To verify audio that was said by the victim that wasn't me or him.
Okay. That you heard Mr. Efron say was fake?
Correct.
That's
Yes.
why you brought here?
Yes.
You were cross-examined for 2+ hours.
Objection, that's argumentative already.
Sustained. Sustained.
So all those questions that you were just asked for, how many minutes it was, sir?
Objection, argumentative question can't be considered.
The
question hasn't been asked. The question hasn't been asked yet. It's premature.
Okay.
All the questions you were just asked by Mr. Liu, did he once ask you,
Objection, argumentative.
did he ask the question?
You've got to let him finish the question.
You're right.
You've got to let him finish the question.
You're right.
No, don't talk to each other.
Here's the question. Did Mr. Lewin asked you once if you fabricated those tapes, like Mr. Efron swore to the jury?
Objection,
No.
objection, it's irrelevant, it's also outside the scope.
Overruled.
No, he never asked me.
Never asked you that. There's 2 things, by the way, on these transcripts that were played that I would like to just ask you about. I'm not going to replay them because I want to get you out of here in 5 minutes, okay? On page 7 of the transcript prepared by the district attorney, which was the May 12, 2022 transcript. If you find that, let me know, sir. You have one second to that. May 20.
May 12, 2022, page 7,
Yes, sir. On the top,
line
226.
what does it say?
Where Mr. Efron says, and this was played already for you and the jury, whether I crippled him because he's a multimillionaire, bro, I'm not having nobody shoot at me where I'm taking it on the chin, and 2, I'm not about to spin on Rocky's block. I'm already a millionaire. And then you say N-word. See that?
Yes.
Okay. So there he's telling you he's a millionaire,
Yes.
Mr. Efron. Are you aware that he testified in this courtroom that what he told you was not true there?
Objection, relevance, it's also improper.
Sustained. Sustained.
On page 13 of the August 16, 2022 transcript, and it's the 974-2, like this. 974-2, it's August 16, 2022,
Which page were you at?
page 13. Again, sir, this was played for you in the jury, I'm just going to not play it again, but I'm just going to read it. The top attribution from Mr. Efron, lines 2 through 6. Mr. Efron said to you in this recorded call, he chose to do that, like, and you've seen what I just sent you the other day, how he reacted off of me hitting up John, trying to figure out what we're going to do here before I even hit up the lawyer or anything. Did you see that?
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
And who do you understand John to be?
Rocky's old manager.
Okay. And he's saying here he hit up John before he even hit up a lawyer, right?
Yes.
The first question I asked you, one of the snippets I said to you earlier, and it was played again by the district attorney, and don't worry about the transcript, is that Mr. Efron said to you, you heard in this courtroom, both when I was asking you questions and Mr. Lubin, you know what I'm saying? You asked for a bag without a lawyer bro, it's called extortion. Remember that?
Yes.
When Mr. Efron said to you, and you just heard it, I'm gonna get 30 M's, the DA won't find me, I'll be relaxing on an island. Were those words fake, or was that Mr. Efron?
That was Mr. Efron.
You didn't put those words in his mouth?
No.
This is outside the scope of cross. I never asked about any actual whether the words were real or not.
All right.
It's outside the scope. Motion's over.
He's not going to be able to come back for any more questioning.
And are
Whether
you
it's outside the scope or not, it's a fair question.
sure, sir, you didn't come here to authenticate these tapes? You can get 2 business class tickets for 13-hour flights over the 30-hour period.
Objection,
from Paris.
leading and argument.
Not right.
It's leading.
It is.
Why did you come here again, sir?
To verify lies that were told in my name. And
Why?
Because audio was played to the victim and he was saying they were fake. So I wanted to confirm that they were real.
Thank you.
All right. No.
I have 2 questions, Your Honor.
2?
Yes.
Okay, what's question number 1?
I need
Question
to
number
say
one
my
is-
questions in that. Question number 1 is going to be, in answering the questions that you were just asked, does any of the questions, do they change what happened on the night of November 6th?
Objection is no personal.
The answer is obviously no.
Well, Your Honor,
Nothing is.
when you say it's obviously no, it doesn't mean
The question goes without asking, without saying. It can't change what happened in the past. Ask question number 2. It's an irrelevant question.
One moment, Your Honor. As you sit here on that witness stand, answering questions, isn't it true that with every question you've been asked, you have been thinking, how is my answer going to impact whether or not that man is convicted?
Yes or no?
No.
All right, folks.
That's just